Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to thank you for joining us for the 2010 Candidates Forum. My name is Michelle Alonzo. I'm the President and CEO for the Rancho Cucamonga Chamber of Commerce. This forum, thank you. This forum is being sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce in Southern California, Edison. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to the Chairman of the Board for the Chamber of Commerce, Biane WEIDE.
Thank you, Michelle. Good evening, Rancho Cucamonga, and welcome to the Chamber of Commerce's 2010 Candidates Forum. The mission of the Chamber is to promote a business-friendly environment to enhance the quality of life and economy of Rancho Cucamonga. This is the reason the Chamber's Board of Directors set the policy of sponsoring a Candidates Forum on election years so that the attendees and the viewing audience can hear the candidates' answers pertinent to the economy and quality of life in Rancho Cucamonga. By listening to their answers, you can judge who will be the best candidate to serve as County Supervisor, Mayor of the City of Rancho Cucamonga, City Council, and Cucamonga Valley Water District Board. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the moderator of this evening forum, Christian Nelson, Regional Manager of Local Public Affairs for Southern California Edison.
Good evening, Supervisorial and Mayor, City Council, and Cucamonga Valley Water District candidates. Thank you for participating in this forum by the Rancho Cucamonga Chamber of Commerce in Southern California, Edison.
My name is Janice Rutherford. I am a Fontana City Councilwoman. I am a mother, and I'm a candidate for the Board of Supervisors because I joined so many residents of San Bernardino County in being sick and tired of politics as usual in our county. It's time for a change. I'm not the only person who thinks this. There were candidates on the ballot in the June primary who ran because they think we need reform as well. And I'm honored to have the support of Arthur Bustamante and Dennis Labadie and Peter Markovich and Rancho Cucamonga leaders like Bill Alexander and Karen Pezant and Barbara Rich and Renee Futter. People who know that it's time for a change in San Bernardino County. We need ethics reform. We need strong standards. We need an ethics commission that holds our elected officials' feet to the fire, holds them to a higher standard, not just what might be legal, but what's right. We need transparency and openness in our government so that you can trust our elected officials. You have to be able to trust the people who are spending your tax dollars. It shouldn't be wasted. It shouldn't go to their personal gain. It shouldn't go to their buddies. We need to know that decisions are being made the right way for the right reasons. We need to know that when it comes to the tough budget decisions that are going to be made in the years ahead, that those decisions are being made in a fiscally conservative way. I've done that in Fontana. I have a record of being a tax fighter and a tax reducer, and I'll stand on that record. Finally, we have to make public safety our highest priority. Even in these tough budget times, we need to have our communities and our families safe. It's time for a change in San Bernardino County. I ask for your support. Thank you.
Again, I wanted to thank the Rancho Cucamonga Chamber of Commerce for hosting this candidates forum. It's great to be here with you this evening. My name is Paul Biane, and I serve as your San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors member right now today. I'm also a sixth-generation Inland Empire resident. I make my home right here in Rancho Cucamonga with my wife Leah, daughter Bella, and son Philo. I also am a local businessman, and I think that's going to be an important part in this campaign. I've also served on the Rancho Cucamonga City Council for 8 years, where I work closely with the city manager and my colleagues on the city council to actually eliminate the utility user tax, and also was a part of the team that saw the groundbreaking of Victoria Gardens and was part of that planning, which now brought, I think everybody would agree, the premier shopping venue in the Inland Empire. I've also had the opportunity to serve on the Board of Supervisors for the last 8 years and be able to work with the City of Rancho Cucamonga. I've been able to partner with them in locating and funding their new police station in North Rancho Cucamonga, yet to break ground, but also their North Rancho Cucamonga fire station as well. I've also was able to bring funding towards increasing their senior transportation program and bringing enhancements and expanding the North Edawanda Preserve. It's a record I'm proud of, and it's a record that I believe deserves the support for another term. Thank you.
Councilmember Rutherford, how do you propose to address the economy as we move forward?
A magic wand? Listen, it's not just San Bernardino County that's having tough economic times. It's the entire world. It's the entire nation. Nonetheless, there are things that we can do in this region to help improve things. The first is listen to the business people, to the entrepreneurs, and to the employers, because you know what you need. Most of the time, what you need is for government to get out of the way. You need fees lowered. You need permits to not take that long to be issued. But you have creative ideas, and you ought to be able to meet with your elected representatives and have ongoing input. I propose we have regular business summits where businesses can network with each other and where they can communicate with their elected officials about what they need from government and when they need government to just move aside. As a region, we need to unite and figure out how we get Ontario Airport to be locally controlled. It's not a problem just for the City of Ontario. It's a problem for our entire county. But the county districts are so busy fighting with each other, they've become very insular. So instead, let's work together and figure out how we get the City of LA out of our county so that we control Ontario Airport, its destiny, and our economic future. And to get to the idea of performance-based budgeting, which I don't think the supervisor actually spoke to, there's a program in Baltimore that I'd like to look at for the county of San Bernardino. It's called CityStat. And the idea is coming up with actual measurable results for each department so that we can find out where our tax dollars are being effective, where they need to be cut, where they need to be eliminated, and where we could put more tax dollars that would actually produce greater results. There are good ideas out there. If we stop pointing the finger at each other, if we stop spending our time talking about who did what to whom, we can accomplish great things with the tax dollars you earn so hard. Thanks.
Supervisor Biane, what would you do to encourage tax-generating businesses and developments?
Well, there are a few things, and I touched on a couple of them that the county is actually already doing at this time. But I think one of the things that the county has actually been able to do, and I'm absolutely proud of, is actually we have a business resource center right here in Rancho Cucamonga down on 9th Street. And actually, we've seen 28,000 people come through that jobs and business resource center in the last 2 years alone. So we've been able to help provide access to jobs for local individuals and to find job training to give them the skills to go out there and actually find jobs. But also when you talk about creating jobs, I had mentioned solar atmospheres. There's an example of another opportunity where I took advantage of helping a company make it through the process quickly, and we'll actually have a grand opening on October 15th. But it's some of the other things, the roles that government can play is actually bringing the infrastructure that would help facilitate business growth. I'm proud of the work that I've been able to do along the 10 freeway, the I-10 Cherry, I-10 Citrus interchange projects, almost $150 million of infrastructure that will come in to be in place and break ground the next year, but also the I-15-215 interchange, the county's largest infrastructure project that it will see in the next 20 years, is also one that I've been able to champion and to push along and to be able to bring funding so that we don't have traffic backing up to the 60 freeway. These are some of the things that can help business have better ability to move about and move their goods, but also help our residents so they're not stuck in traffic as well.
Okay, well, this will conclude the Rancho Cucamonga Chamber of Commerce's candidates forum for candidates for San Bernardino County's Supervisor 2nd District. Thank you.